Hello, everyone. Good day. And once more, welcome again to One Global Movement, where we decided to come together to help children, young people, women, with a focus on young women, eradicate hunger, illiteracy, poverty, build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. And it's such a beautiful thing that we decided to come together, and we are doing it with determination, with focus, regardless of what is going on around the world or around us or in our homes or within ourselves. We decided that in order to even heal from anything that we are going through. We all have something that we are going through, whether it is emotional disturbances, whether it is physical ailment, whether it is the baggages of negativity, whether it is whatever. There are things, but when we lay this foundation for this population, we are also laying it for ourselves and keep reminding us that it is necessary that regardless of what is going on within us, around us, in our families, in the world, we are determined to keep moving forward on a positive note to make things happen because we can only grow and really implant ourselves deep only among what is happening. You can grow only when things are rosy, but you grow very well when things are not so rosy. And we all know that. And therefore, we have embraced it to do it not just for ourselves, but for these children and young people, especially the Generation Z. All right, but for everyone. So, thank you guys so much again for being here. And thank you for all you're doing online here and offline. And we thank God for technology that we are able to reach all parts of the globe. So, thank you so much. And you can see me here. The weather here, it's been so nice for a long time. And extended harvest, extended everything. And just when you know, just like we say, you don't know what your next minute or the next moment or the next day is going to bring. This is one of the circumstances. But we thank God that we were doing everything so that if anything happens, we are still grateful that we did the best thing. So we woke up to a freezing weather. The rest of the last harvest of vegetables that we didn't complete, everything is frozen, dark, the vegetable is gone, everything. But we are still happy because these were just excesses of what we usually have. So we are still grateful because we have over enjoyed it. So I don't know how the weather is with you there in Canada, Sister Yvonne, and the rest of the other people, but I'm on my sweatshirt right now. Okay.
It's a little bit cold as well, but not as cold as what you're experiencing. I can tell you
Yes,
that.
yes. And this made me, I had to, because usually I don't check the weather, I just go.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was forced to check what is the weather like today. It told me tomorrow, Friday. I checked up to Saturday, and so now I think next year I will be doing the same thing because if I had known that it was going to be frozen, I would have digged my heels in to harvest everything. But I didn't check, so it's on me. So thank you so much, and let us continue to do what we're doing individually, as a family, as a community, as a village, and as a global village. So thank you guys so much. And today, we are in One Global Movement Revolution, part 375. And again, digital voices, global choices, using social media for advocacy, not anxiety. Using social media for advocacy, not anxiety, digital voices. And this is what we say you can contribute. The world is so digitalized that everything is brought to you. Like us now, we're talking. It's like we've known one another for more than 10 years. But
Yes.
thanks to the power of the internet, you know. So now, as usual, what do we even expect out of this topic? Like you said the topic, you said we want to look into how it teaches ethical digital citizenship and how to turn online access into influence instead of turning it into the other way, which is very good. So, as usual, we want to always thank the creator for being here, for breathing today, And for even drinking a glass of water, for me, I always have this, my beautiful bottle, always drinking from it. We want to thank God because not everybody has that opportunity to
Right.
really be breathing today. Some people don't even know where they are. So with us, we want to always thank the Almighty God, the creator
Yes.
of all living things, for keeping us alive, and let us make the good and the best use out of this moment today. So
Amen.
that if we
Amen.
are no more tomorrow, it will cover up for generations to come. So
Amen.
let's do this together. Heavenly Creator, source of wisdom and light, we come before you, O Lord, in gratitude for the gift of life, the gift of breathing, the gift of all living things, the gift of water, the gift of communication in particular, the power of digital voices that transcend borders, languages, customs, and limitations. Teach us, O Lord, to use our words not to wound, but to heal, and not to divide, but to unite, not to compete, but to collaborate for the common good of the greatest majority. As one global movement, we commit our digital presence to the service of humanity, to lift the silenced, to defend the truth, to champion justice, and to inspire peace. Let me send our beautiful sister in here. Welcome, Melanie.
Thank
Thank
you. Sis.
you. So we'll continue in our prayer. So guide our hearts to turn technology into testimony and access into advocacy. Let our timeliness become our liveliness, spreading hope where despair once echoed. Father, replace anxiety with awareness, comparison with compassion, and distraction with divine direction. Empower our youth to post with purpose, our women to lead with light, and our children to learn with love. May every message we hear in one global movement share carry the fragrance of integrity and the strength of unity, that kind that comes only from you, O Lord. Lord, let one global movement be a digital sanctuary, a place where voices of truth rise above the noise, where global citizens find common ground, and where compassion becomes our greatest algorithm. Bless our screens to reflect sincerity, our words to reflect wisdom, and our influence to reflect your infinite grace. Lord, that we should practice what we say, we should execute our promises to humanity. We should do what we say we are doing, and we should not zigzag in ways that does not honor your creation. Lord, because all what we don't do it in the vacuum. We do it for our children. Because when you touch a mother, when you touch a father, when you touch any other person with the truth, you are touching these children. And when you touch them with dishonesty, you are also touching these children. Lord, in this new era of digital destiny, may our voices shape global choices for justice, for freedom, for love, and for peace for all women, all children, and all humankind. Lord, we have presented our voices and our hearts to you. Amen. And so, sister, it looks like I don't know if you're muted or not. Sister Yvonne, are you muted?
I am, because it's a little bit noisy here. There are lots of what do you call those? The sirens. I don't know. Very busy on the street today, up and down. So I'm sorry, I might have to close it because it gets very loud sometimes. Anyways,
Okay, that's
let's
okay.
go. So today we read the vision and mission statement of One Global Movement as usual. And One Global Movement will support any organization or group or individual that aligns with its global vision and mission, which is as follows. The mission of One Global Movement is to empower young people and children and women worldwide with a focus on young women, providing them with the tools and sustainable solutions that will help them to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. We believe that every child deserves access to nutritious food, quality education, and the opportunities to thrive. Through global collaborative efforts, innovative programs, and community engagement programs, we strive to break the cycle of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and to build a future where every child can build on their own hopes and dreams while reaching their full potential. So, together, through divine intervention, through love and clean, safe, and valuable technology, we can create such a world where no child goes to bed hungry, no child is denied an education, and no child is limited to poverty or to any condition that is not of their own making. It is possible, we believe. So, our gratitude and thanksgiving goes to our divine creator, who is our ultimate provider and who has promised to supply us abundantly, not just for ourselves, but to do good works by
Mhm.
helping uplift and care for all of humanity. We thank everyone who supports One Global Movement, as we call it, OGM, and wish us all success in our various businesses and world changing endeavors. And that is our vision and mission today.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. And now we go with the topic, which is, as you said, global voices, using global voices or digital voices first and global voices, and we're using social media for advocacy and not for anxiety. Recently, I did a presentation on that, real world and real world, REEL and REAL. So let's remember that.
Yes.
Social media can be used for good, very empowering things, and that's what we're focusing on today. So it's a framework. This topic here is a framework for using social media to drive meaningful change while prioritizing mental well being. There's a danger on social media to damage your mental health. We agree on that. But we're looking at the positive. This approach acknowledges the dual nature of social media, its potential to mobilize global action, and its risk of causing anxiety, burnout, and emotional distress. It is a dual tool. The strategy focuses on intentional engagement, then, authenticity, being yourself, and creating a supportive online community. Again, you mentioned in your prior, not comparison. Don't worry about what other people are using it for.
Mhm.
You be intentional on why you're using it, right? If it's
Right.
to further your purpose, your potential, your divine destiny, then use it as a tool. The core principles for advocacy, not anxiety. Be intentional and focused. Instead of trying to engage with every global issue, which you can't do, pick one or two causes you are passionate about. This focused approach protects against burnout from constant engagement with a flood of information because there's such a thing as information overload. For example, if you care about human rights, focus your efforts on one campaign, such as advocating for refugee rights. Share authentic personal stories. Emotional connection is a powerful tool for advocacy. By sharing your personal story, you can normalize conversations around difficult topics and make an issue more relatable to others. Sharing your journey empowers while allowing you to control what and when you share, maintaining personal boundaries. Not sharing, I'm not telling you to go and tell your whole life to everybody on there because not everybody is kind. You can run into people who want to use your information to harm you. You have to
Mhm.
be discerning and intentional. Use the content to educate, not just to raise awareness. While hashtags can bring visibility to an issue, advocacy requires a deeper educational approach to sustain long term engagement. Create or share content like infographics or videos or informative threads that break down complex issues into understandable parts. You have to be focused and intentional. I'm going to keep stressing that. Encourage offline action. The goal of online advocacy is to inspire real world change. Use social media to promote offline activities like volunteering, attending events, or contacting lawmakers. This moves advocacy from a performative act to one with tangible impact. Build an inclusive and supportive community. Create a safe online space for dialogue by promoting respectful conversation and using inclusive language. Actively moderate discussions to prevent the thread or the spread of hateful or harmful content and report it when necessary, which is what we watch for here on One Global Movement. We're very deliberate about watching that. Collaborate and amplify voices. Partner with other advocates and organizations to extend your reach and avoid carrying the burden of change alone. Amassing digital voices from various influencers and organizations behind a single cause can make a campaign more powerful. Set and enforce clear boundaries. A healthy online routine is critical for preventing anxiety. A healthy online routine is critical for preventing anxiety. Schedule regular offline time. Use screen time trackers and be selective about what you consume, what you take in here or in here to your eyes. It is okay to take a break from online conversations when needed. It's easy to become overwhelmed. There's so much that needs doing. That's what I'm trying to say here. Prioritize self care. Mental health advocacy must include personal well being, practicing mindfulness, getting enough sleep, and other wellness activities are not selfish. They are essential for sustaining your advocacy work. I'm always reminding some people to get enough rest,
I
right?
know.
So some examples of successful social media advocacy have been the Me Too movement. Whether you are for it or not, it's gained a lot of traction and did a lot of good. This hashtag empowered countless survivors of sexual misconduct to share their stories, influencing public opinion and prompting organizational policy changes. Then the Black Lives Matter movement, whether you're for it or not, that's not the point. This campaign used social media to raise global awareness of systemic racism and police brutality, sparking action and influencing public policy. Then there's the ALS, the Ice Bucket Challenge. This is a viral trend, successfully raising $115 million for the disease, which is
Wow.
a neurodegenerative disease that is eventually fatal. It's a very serious disease, ALS. It's amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Nobody needs to know the name. You just need to know it's a disease that needed help, and these people went viral and raised that much money for the research. And then there's the Earth Hour. It started by the World Wildlife Federation, and this campaign uses social media to promote events and to raise awareness of environmental issues globally, even leading to legislative changes. So advocacy works. It works, it works. Social media empowers advocacy in the global south. I'm going to go with the global south now because they have a little bit of a different challenge, right? Because they have network issues, they have network issues, right? But social media empowers advocacy in the global south by fostering global networks, enabling the rapid spread of information, and allowing for the creation of new forms of resistance against authoritarianism. Examples like NSARS movement show how platforms can connect local struggle with international support and diaspora communities, creating powerful national advocacy efforts despite the risk of digital repression and the need for greater digital literacy. What we're saying here is that even though the global south, which is developing countries, that's what they call that in case, like the continent of Africa, whatever, even with the struggles that they have to get online, they still manage, they still manage to advocate very strongly because they collect support from the diaspora, people who are away, right? So they send the information. And they're empowering local voices and building networks, amplified reach. Social media allows marginalized communities in the global south, I hate that, to share their stories and advocate for their rights, overcoming traditional media barriers. And global solidarity. Movements can become global phenomena, as seen with, and they're going to mention the Black Lives Matters again, which went global. It started in the US, right? And then it went globally all over the world. And then there's the dissemination of information. Platforms facilitate the rapid sharing of information, raising awareness, and enabling coordinated responses to events and injustices. Then there's the forms of activism and resistance. Pro-democracy platform advocacy. Activists use Meta, which is Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok to advocate for free speech because in some places that's not allowed, and challenge platform mediated repression by large tech companies. Some tech companies will not promote some of the things that they're advocating for. So they have to start to make sure that they advocate for that as well. They have challenges, and the challenges are authoritarian repression. Like some countries will not allow people to get online and say what they want. They channel free speech away from the news media. Global platforms are criticized for being used by authoritarian regimes to suppress dissent, necessitating advocacy for free speech and platform accountability. Platform accountability. There is a growing need for platform owners and governments to take responsibility for content moderation and to support secure digital spaces for advocacy. Go ahead, sister. I know you want to jump in and say your stuff, so go ahead.
Yes,
I
Sister
finished
Yvonne.
right there for now, yes.
For me, or Sister Yvonne.
No, you first.
Okay. Again, it's a pleasure to be here as I'm off until next.
Oh, great.
I return next Tuesday. So
Nah.
thanks.
Okay.
Wonderful. First of all, I want to say I had a wonderful 8 days away from the province.
I know.
Oh,
We
we
know
had
you told
fun.
us. You told us.
Yeah, my birthday, the restaurant, we went to the parks and everything. It was great.
Good.
Good.
I could stay in there forever, but anyhow. Thank you, Lord. Anyhow, my God, with social media, yes, it's it can be good. Against this, it can be antagonizing. Like people can be so mean sometimes, and there are people who can be so nice. So we really have to be careful, as you said, Sister Yvonne. I'm on social media a lot and I find my finger sticks there because you said go to bed, take a rest, and I'm smiling because now that I'm off, I'm on social media. Like I come off and I go back and log in, and this is like, ooh, I'm getting too
Uh-huh.
addicted.
Yes.
But what I put on social media all across, because I'm on different pages, is always inspiring. Way before so many people were on there, inspiring, uplifting, and if I can't get anything nice to say, I stay out.
Yep.
Yep.
So honestly, we can use social media. I love social media. I love ChatGPT and those things because they are pushers in a way. They encourage us because I use those mediums a lot. It helps me in my language. It helps me, speed up something, whip up something quickly and put it on there. I feed it, but it perfects it for me. So this is the good side of that plus
Yes.
much more. But then I
Yes.
see so many things. Sometimes I have not added someone. For example, I'm not talking about just myself, but that's an example. That's an observing point. I
Yes.
haven't added someone, a prospect, whoever they are, man or woman, because sometimes they disguise themselves and it looks like a woman, but it might not be. And the things that they put on there, it is not a good thing. Like I look at my page and I'm saying, what, like who put that there? Who put this person here in my life? So I delete, and then they come back again. It's almost
Yes.
like pestering.
Yes.
So
Yep.
I
Yes.
said, hello, I do not know you. Who are you? Who exactly? I'm going to block you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then I do the blocking and then I don't see them no more. But after a few days, they come back. They're like flies. They
Yes.
are like flies. They rest on the pages, of people. And we have to be careful in these times. We have to
Yes.
be discerned. We have to be there. And there are times we have to turn off certain things, notifications and all, because not everybody who comes in on social media pages have good intention.
Of
Yep.
course. Of course.
They
And
always, yeah,
they can get in. They can get in because they change their names. That's
yeah.
all it takes. Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
profile, and they can use your profile to make. Because last time I had that happen to me, but thank God somebody caught it and they sent me a message quickly, and I said, no, that's not me. The person had the very same name as me. But
Yeah.
then when I look, I tell the person, look at the pages, check mine, check that person's.
Yes.
And I added an extra name to my name, which is my legal name as well. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and hmm, it can be it can get you sucked in it like the vacuum, Sister Yvonne said. It can be a vacuum because it can get you sucked in because yeah, there's good and bad. And they said evil lies when evil tends to spread vast and wild, while good people do nothing. I'm not saying we are the perfect ones, but people like us, that's where we step in and we say no when it's no, and we say yes when it's yes. We agree and we disagree. So
Yeah.
yeah, we are the ones, we are the advocates to be there for the children. We lead by example, and I know you all are, and there's many other people like us who lead as examples.
Yes.
Because
That's why I stress the intentionally part because you have to know why you're going on there. I know that you say you go there to scroll on, but you know what you're doing because you already have good things on there.
yeah,
But the whole idea about this is that you have to associate with the people who are like-minded and not waste your time with those who just want to use everything for foolishness. Advocacy is very important and it spreads quickly and it gets supports very easily. And that's the totally right medium for it at this time because it's, as I always stress, this technology is a tool. That's all
Yep.
it is.
it is. Even
That's all.
sometimes you'd catch your nieces, well, mostly girls who do it. Your nieces on there and they have their little camera. Nothing wrong in that posing, like, look at me. That. So I say, oh, you're beautiful enough. You don't have to go that route. Do something else. And they would start laughing. Auntie, yeah, I said we all are there to help the world. So, and then one of my nieces who I said it to, I noticed she's posting things. So I go to her, that's it. Let's continue doing that. You have to encourage.
Yes, you
They're
do.
younger
Absolutely.
than we are, so we don't get upset. We don't judge them. But I'm saying, is that
Yes.
all there is in life?
Yeah.
Let us do something that's worthwhile to help. And
Yes.
I know I'm not taking the conversation for myself, but ALS is something that I support because my one of my nieces worked there. She had a
Oh,
she has a very good position there. They had something in the park where she invited me. That's the park was in Hamilton, but she lives down the other side, Toronto side.
right.
And then
Right.
I went, and it was nice. The people were in purple. I took some of the items and I did the support. So it is a good thing to support. That's one of those. You
Yes, it
know,
is.
you
Yes,
can
yes.
support charities. Like for my birthday, um, I put in, I followed John because he put for um, the one for Children's Hospital, St. Jude's. Because my grandmother from way back, She supported, that's a good thing. She supported send Jews from, not social media, but they were sending all the envelopes. And she used
Yes.
to have tons of like cards and things way back, and I used to
That was the
love the
old
name.
school way. That was the old school way.
Yeah, I used to love the name St. Jude's, and I put a
Yeah.
little blurb about it because I know that my grandmother supported them a lot, and she used to show us the cards and thing. I said, "Wow, that's pretty," and that time I didn't know social media. I was young,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and things like that. So there's many good things we can do, but it
Yes.
can be destructive if we are not careful. And I know we are careful because we know better, but
Yes.
it can draw us into something that it's not of our fault. Like for example, last week before, I saw something. It shows YouTube exactly how YouTube is, and I'm on YouTube a lot. I have channel videos on YouTube,
Yes.
especially Miss Amafora.
Mm-hmm.
It's not saying for us to build one, but I already had one existing a long while, and
Right.
I went on there and I see an advertisement. So I said, maybe I'll try this thing. Oh my God, lo and behold, I had my card in my hand, and I'm quick to give money, which I'm stopping because it leaves me empty, right? I am holding the card in my hand. I'm saying, Mel, mm, should you? And I'm talking to myself, should I? Should I not? Should I? So I said, okay, I'm going to give it a try. The moment I enter my card and they took my money, I, I saw it says Lavinia. And then the person, whoever the guy was, a young man talking nicely. He could entice anybody. So he said, I'll send you an email. The email consisted of devilish stuff. The
Oh my.
figure, the faces and the things they are fierce. I said, what in the world did I pay my money for? Thank God it wasn't a lot. 40 something. 40 something is my hard earned money.
Yes, it
So
is.
I quickly went to the bank. The bank is right beside me. So I quickly changed and went to the bank and said, I just got scammed. Call me foolish, but I'm not. A lot of us are taken into certain things. And I explained to
Absolutely.
them my card
Absolutely.
was changed right there and then so that they won't go back and take money. I don't
Right.
even know where Lavinia is. When I look it up, it's somewhere way back by Finland and those places. Yeah, but they sucked me. These are things, these are examples of being anxious. We want to do things, but our anxiousness can
Yep.
lead us in the good stuff or it can draw us in, like the vacuum.
Yep. So, sister, I know one moment, Sister Monday, I know it's your turn, but so, you can just imagine if we are so grown up and we've seen so much and we know so much, how necessary it is for us to watch over this Gen Z and Gen Alpha or whatever they're calling the younger ones,
Uh-huh.
because they are just as eager and anxious to get online and do stuff too, right? And
Yep.
if we don't prepare them, they're going to be scammed just as much as we are. So
Yeah.
we have to get very digitally literate, and we have to share that with them, let them know, So yes,
The
thank you,
other
sister.
thing, yeah, the other thing I want to draw is children we are looking after.
Yes, yes.
My hair look like a cabbage patch, but it's okay. I put it off. It's okay. The children, people are using their children to make money off social media. I don't like that. You
Mm-hmm.
see a lot of these children, and you can see it's all stage. And I'm saying, that's not the child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to make money. Why use the child? Come out as the adult with the child, but they put the child in front of social media.
Yes,
People are looking at these children, and according to what they make, there can be somebody who's going to get them fall off their faith. You know what I mean? They can fall
Mm-hmm.
from faith by starting young that way. Like, don't bring them in the limelight that way. Come with them, accompany them, so somebody will say they have guardians. And
yes,
I'm saying
exactly.
something. Yeah, these are wrong pictures that we are
Yes,
posting.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
but we can do better, and there's better things. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry.
And
No, don't be sorry.
As Dr. Mundi is always saying, that just teaches the child dependency, and that they can be beggars or whatever. But we have greatness. Go
Yeah,
and be self sufficient. And
Yep.
parents are doing a disservice when they bring that kind of attention, sensitivity to children, right? Letting them know that they're to be used as beggars and to scam people. That is so, it's a terrible start, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Thank you. Thank you,
You
sister.
know, this thing, in as much as we think that we are educating our young ones,
Yes.
and the all the gens and the generations or whatever, you
Yes,
know.
yes,
But
yes,
here's the
yes.
thing: we are doing it to ourselves because we have been scammed a lot of times, and I said it here more than twice. How they went into my account and they took money. I was not checking my account because I trusted the bank. I said everything will be okay. But then when I discovered that they had taken money out of my account, they can only retrieve 2 months. And I did it again. And now I learn a lesson. Every slightest thing that I don't understand now, I call or I set an appointment immediately. So with this new era, technology is one of the best things that came to mankind.
It
But
is.
technology without ethics, without morals, without respect, because technology and spirituality meets.
It does.
It
It
does.
does.
And the creator made it that way. But like any other thing in life, if you do not use it the right way, if you don't do not use it for the purpose of which that thing was created to, then it becomes a problem to humanity. It
It
becomes a
does.
problem to self. So that is the thing, it's affecting all of us. And as we have this opportunity to try to help our precious young ones, we are also helping ourselves at the same time, because as we are trying to protect ourselves, our families, our accounts, and everything, those people are also opting up their games. Okay,
Absolutely.
they are opting
Absolutely.
up their gains all the time, and
Yes.
therefore we all have to constantly work.
Yes, we
And,
do.
really putting these resources in place will help. Like I just carried out once in a while. I just have the feeling that I should call my son, or because sometimes I just text, even though we have a meeting once a week, but I
Yes.
just text to make sure, because when children are away, one of the things that they go through is anxiety, especially anxiety from this social media. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I had to warn him about something. I said, be very careful, because he himself is the one who teaches me a lot of those things to be careful. But once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
you have to sort. In today's world, as we all know, one click
I
can
know.
change a
Your
lot.
life. Yes, it can.
One post can move millions. We know that.
Yes,
And
it
and
can.
one story can awaken nations. But what
Yes.
kind of a story? What kind of a click? What
Exactly.
kind of a
Exactly.
post, like you guys have just said, are you putting out there? What is
Yep.
it? Is it
Yes.
something that will help uplift, or something that is going to tear down generations? So
And
we
it,
should
it
think about that. Yeah, go ahead,
that,
sis.
that is why I keep stressing the word intentionality, sister, because when you're going on there, like when we set up, when we come here now, we know exactly what we are about. I'm not saying we're the only ones, but
Hmm.
there are people who have no idea, and they follow whatever the first thing that comes, and it might not be true, it mightn't be good, it mightn't be nice, it's just they're online and they're just spreading
Hmm.
wrongness, if you want to call it that, right?
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
so fast, it's so quick, as you're saying.
Yep.
It's so, that's why it's so good for advocacy and for getting for mobilizing good things.
Hmm.
But the corollary, the other side, is just as true.
Yep.
Mobilizing bad things, saying a few one words, having it hit the ear, and people have been building, as Sister Melanie was saying here, people have been building YouTube channels that are all about bad.
Yep. Yep.
And so
Yep.
it just goes and goes and blossoms and blossoms and blossoms. And I don't think there's any way to really mitigate that. We just have to protect ourselves and the ones we're trying to look after.
Yeah, by doing what we are doing,
Yes,
because in spite of all these things, and we all know, just like the word that comes out of your mouth, just like your action,
exactly.
even the eyes
Exactly.
that you set to look at a child or another person,
Yeah.
it just a story can awaken nation. But what kind of story are you putting
Exactly.
out there? What kind
Yeah.
of story are you telling? you know So, in spite of all this, and yet the same digital world that holds the power to unite also carries the potential to divide.
Absolutely.
And we are living in an era where our digital voices have global consequences.
It does.
What we are saying here, it
Yes.
goes all over. And
Yes.
where silence can cost justice. If you keep quiet too without saying the right thing, it's going to cost justice. And the misuse can cost our peace and our well-being.
Yes.
This is so
Yes.
paramount, because
Yeah.
that means whatever we are doing, saying, even when in our sleep, even your dream, the way you interpret your own dream can cost somebody's life. This is so
One of
important.
one of the worst things that they have going on, sister, is that they can make these well-known celebrities or whatever you want to call them, famous people, they can make them say things that they do not say. And people who are followers, people who love to be hanging on to people's coattails, when they see somebody, oh, Oprah said this or so and so said that, you know what I mean? And then they run with that, and before you know it, the atmosphere is full of people saying things that they did not say. They're using them to advertise products. You have to be very good about parsing this information. Check, make sure you check, double check, triple check, go make it more than one source. Do not ever take information from just one source anymore. Never. You have to be able to jump online and research it and see what somebody says, because somebody will come out and say, this is not true or whatever it is. But when you watch what they're using, the celebrities, I'm going to use that. And that was a long time before all the other bad things happened.
Yeah.
People, lots of the film stars or whatever had to fight to get them to stop using their likeness to advertise things that they did not support. So all that is part of the mix.
And all of these things, we have a responsibility here.
We do.
We have work to do, because like we always say, it starts from the home. It starts with the parents. Because think about it, we are living in a world where they glorify badness.
Yes, they do.
People to cherish, they are having millions followers because they are putting out there the bad thing. They glorify crime. They glorify disunity. They glorify brokenness. We are living in that kind of a world. But when we start from home with our children, as young as they are, even from the stomach, we start putting those ideas in them very young. Before the other ones from outside come against them, they will know. Because all of these things is what is causing our children anxiety. And as one global movement, we are called to redefine the purpose of our digital presence, to transform social media from a source of anxiety into a platform for advocacy, hope, and humanity. You're doing something. Think about the consequences. Because some people, I know that they don't love themselves. That's why they do what they do. And the consequences are always there. They will come now or later. And when they come, now we are overwhelmed. We don't know what to do. We don't even know how to get that peace anymore. And now we resort to other ways that will even hurt us more and more. And so every post, ladies and gentlemen, should plant a seed of progress. Every click should echo compassion, because when you plant a seed of progress in a child or in a woman or a young woman, means you love yourself and you also love that person, because you cannot plant a good seed in somebody without first of all planting it in yourself. And so this is very, very important. So the digital landscape is a mirror of the mind, is a mirror of our mind. Whatever we are posting out there, like you guys already said, Sister Melanie was saying about the person that has all of those things and everything, and people are posting these things. It is what is in the mind. That's what is in the mind. So social media mirrors, and we know that because you guys talked about it. We talk about it all the time. It mirrors our collective consciousness.
It does. Yes.
It reflects our fears, our dreams, and our values. And when we have this fear or anxiety, it is telling us something. That's not a negative thing. It is telling us something that you need to adjust something. You are off balance. You need to do something. And so we can work on that. And when you work on that, you're building that foundation for yourself. So when you use with intention, when we use the social media with intention, which means we have a purpose, right? Otherwise, why should you be using something that you don't have a purpose for why you're using that thing? So when we
Exactly.
use it with intention, it becomes a tool of transformation. Like you guys said, that it's a tool
It's a
to
tool.
transform,
Yeah.
to bring positive change into the world. But when misused, it becomes a trigger of turmoil. We cause confusion, we cause anxiety, that negative anxiety into people, spreading comparison, misinformation,
Oh
mental
yeah.
stress, and deceitful things. Or some people that think that they are at the top, or they have money, they are rich, or they are CEOs of companies, or they use it to fool the people as well, and now they'll be saying, go do this, go do this. If you don't do it, they get very upset. It's happening
Mm-hmm.
in companies all over the world.
It
And
is.
it shouldn't be, because what you're doing when you do something for one person, you are destroying not just that person, you're destroying their families as well. So that is very, very important. I know that because I've served in corporate America, and I see.
Mm-hmm.
And so across the world, young people scroll through endless feeds. You're scrolling up and down, seeking validation instead of vision. Instead of seeking a vision, they are seeking validation. Women and children face online harassment, like you guys said, where they
Yes.
should find empowerment and communities. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
communities already fractured by inequality. A lot of communities are fractured. They are fighting. Imagine if we just come on here, instead of doing good or correcting ourselves here, we start fighting, we start throwing negative words at one another. And most of the time now it's online. Other people will
Yes.
read it. And that
Yes.
is not power. That is not
Yes.
empowerment at all.
It's not.
That
It's not.
that is tearing down somebody. And so that's not good for any child. So the challenge before us is not merely to connect, but to connect consciously. Use your conscience. Ask yourself, what I'm going to post now, is it going to build, or is it going to destroy? Is it going to help others, or is it just going to help just me? Am I being too greedy, or am I putting chips on my shoulders, or being just thinking that I have own all the power and I can use it and misuse it anyhow? This is very important. And so, connection without compassion breeds chaos. Connection with conscience builds villages and communities. And so, ethical digital citizenship is more than a curriculum, not just the curriculum that is written in books in school. It is more than that curriculum. And so, that is very, very important. For it means teaching our children from cradle, even so from the stomach, teaching our children, our young people, and ourselves how to navigate the web. Like, what am I doing? Am I even supposed, like you say, we are so prone to it now. You shut their computer and you think that, oh, I'm going to rest. Or you think about one thing again. Oh, let me rest. Now I have learned to implement that. Okay, this is the amount of time I'm going to spend on the internet. I divide that time, because as you go along the day, certain things will come to your mind that did not come at the early part of the day. Something just,
Dr. Mundih, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can you just check your phone for a minute, please? I'm sorry.
oh, okay. Okay, text, right? Or WhatsApp?
Yeah, WhatsApp on text between you and I.
Okay. 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 All right.
I don't know where John is, and so I can't help you. But
No, that's okay. Thank you so much for doing
God is at rehearsals.
And
Yeah,
that's why
he's
we are
there.
here. And
Yeah,
that's why
okay.
you're there. That's why Melanie is there. So we're seeing all of those things now. But thank you
Okay.
so
All
much
right.
for having a four eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're
So
welcome.
these things are very, very important. And so ethical digital citizenship is more than any curriculum in the world. And it starts with us. What are you
Okay.
teaching your children? They didn't
What?
just know this thing, they have to know it from home. And home is the foundation. It begins with us, especially us mothers. Mothers. And because the father will be busy trying to bring things meet, and you are there to say, oh, then you come to the father, you say, this is what I noticed today, this is how I'm feeling. Can we sit down and let us do this together with our child? married or unmarried, this is how we need to do it. So it means teaching our children, our youth, and ourselves not to navigate the web without wisdom. You got to use your wisdom, and we have it. You got to navigate it with empathy and accountability. That whatever you're doing, you're going to be accountable either to yourself, because accountability comes natural. Those consequences, they're going to come naturally. And so it is about asking, am I really adding light, or am adding empty noise to others? Am I using my voice to heal or to harm? Does my post, those beautiful posts, sometimes they can be so beautiful, but we need to check what is on there. Does my post reflect my principles, my values, or just my mood? Do you just do you respond or you react to situations? Because when you react, it becomes worse. But when you respond, you take your time, you chill out, and you respond. And so, as One Global Movement, we believe that digital access is not enough. Ethical awareness must accompany that. It must. No matter who says what, it has to. Otherwise, we will not be here, because we've been brought together by that spirit and secrecy that says we need to come together to do this, and it has to be therefore. So for this reason, we integrate digital literacy programs that teach the ethics of posting and sharing. If you listen to our mission statement, it is there. It is there because there is nothing we can do without it. It also means the dangers of misinformation, the importance of protecting one's mental health, and the responsibility of using one's platform for social good, like this platform here. And we all bring our platforms here together. Sister Melanie has platform. Sister Yvonne, we decided that we will be talking about this because all of these things are interrelated. Though
They
we
are.
different ways, they're interrelated, and we must talk about these things here. Think about the water projects. Think about the slides in a bag. Think about giving things away. That is all we are all about. You people might look at them to be so small because the world has blown things out of proportion, exaggerate things. But when we fall back to our roots, to our nature, to our values, then we will know how to navigate. This thing is here for us, but we must use it with high ethics. To be a true influencer is not to attract followers, but to awaken leaders. Like we say here, I say if one person comes here, one good person that has high moral standards, that's what we need here. That's what the children need. We don't need a crowd of people that do not bring that value with high morals to our children, right? And so the transformation from anxiety to advocacy begins with purpose. Purpose. Every young person scrolling through their phone today can become a change maker tomorrow, if guided, inspired, and equipped. And that is why we are equipping them here. We are doing the best, not just equipping them with words only or with what we do on the show, really going down to the roots, authenticity, giving them that something that will empower them to know that I can be myself because I can own something too. That's why we come with these programs. So let's take an example. In Kenya, for instance, a group of university students launched a campaign called #FeedTheFuture. #FeedTheFuture, using Instagram and TikTok not to show off their meals, but to raise funds for school lunches in rural areas. Remember, we talked about school lunches before, where they say this one can eat here and this one's can eat here because this one don't have the funds that they can pay for good food. Imagine that. Imagine how that kind of divide put the morals of a child down, and they feel that they are not up there, they are not cherished, they are not respected, they are not loved. That kind of thing, people do it, but it's not good to do that. We need to. There are ways that we can find resources to make those children to eat the same thing and choose and pick from the same table to feed themselves. So that is so important. And so these people within weeks, of launching, of doing what they are doing, their message went viral,
Yes.
reaching sponsors. Who doesn't want to sponsor people like that? Sponsors, and transforming classrooms. In the United States, for instance, survivors of violence use Twitter to create safe spaces for others, turning pain into policy, to a policy change. I'm saying this because one lady, she's a nurse, and she spotted me from social media and contacted me. What she's doing is she is rescuing young women and created a safe haven for them because they've been so abused that they are mentally so sick.
Yes.
But she took the time to help them. This is what we are talking about. And I'll give another example. In India, for instance, rural girls use WhatsApp to teach digital literacy to women
Yeah.
who had
Wow.
never touched a
A
smartphone.
computer.
I tried
Yeah.
to do that too with my mom.
It's really kind of hard, right? Because
Yes.
we grab ours so many times a day. It's hard to believe that somebody has never, ever, ever, ever had access to one of these.
Yes.
It's 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 incredible because we take it for granted, right?
Yes, yes. I do. I teach my mom, like right now, she's always going to One Global Movement things because I taught her how to use that. And somebody
Right.
taught me too because I didn't know these things, you know? I didn't grow
Yeah, of
up.
course somebody has to teach you. Yes.
And so
Yes.
if we're talking with all of this, we must have to talk about digital influence with integrity.
Yeah.
Digital influence with integrity. We are not against social media. Everybody should understand this because this is a tool, a good tool, if we use it the right way. We are not
Exactly.
against social media at all. We are
Yes.
redefining it.
Yes.
We believe that influence without integrity is manipulation, but
Absolutely.
influence with mission is transformation.
Yeah.
And so One Global Movement teaches that every online presence should carry purpose, must carry purpose to advocate for women's safety, education, and equality is very important. So no child gets left behind. Every child
Yeah.
matters. Every child has something to bring into the world that is going to help everyone. To raise awareness for children's rights and access to education, and not to succumb young girls to those traditions that say you're going to get married at 9, you're going to get married at 10, you're going to get married at 11. We want to make sure that we use the social media as a way to try to help in that regard, to mobilize communities and villages to defeat hunger, poverty, and illiteracy, to speak truth, to speak truth to power, and ignite a global change through local voices. Your social media, what are you doing? You start locally with yourself. It's not just only to start physically. So that's what we are talking about. Our digital code of ethics is simple but profound here in One Global Movement. Post with purpose. Share with sincerity, engage with empathy. That is our digital code. Let me
It
read it
is.
again. Post with purpose. Think, like my sister said, you got to think about what you're posting. What is it going to do for you
Yeah.
and others? And share with sincerity. Are you sincere? Are you truthful? What comes out of your mouth, what you're posting, is it the right thing, or you're trying to dupe people or say things just because you want to do the things that the world is saying? Oh, go like this is how you have the followers. Go like this is how you get rich. Are you trying to do that? And then let us
Mm-hmm.
engage with empathy. Do unto
Amen.
others what you want others to do unto you. So the digital choices we make today will share the humanity we see tomorrow. All right? This is very
Amen.
important. Each of us, look at what I will quote the example of our big brother who is now resting in the peace of Almighty God.
Yeah.
He brought a lot of wisdom, including to my own life, including to One Global Movement. And I'm sure to everyone here, if you are a transitioning member from Unpassive, you know, and now he's gone, right? But
Yes.
that transformed a lot, and that legacy that he left, digital usage with purpose, is what we are going to be anchoring ourselves on now, to continue to pay tribute to him, because we're going to continue to use what he left behind. You see that? So this is
Yeah.
very important. So the digital choices we make today will shape the humanity we see tomorrow. Now we see this humanity in him and those that he left. And we want to make sure that that too is seen through us by doing it right now the right way. So each of us is a global citizen of the online world. The world is a global stage. You come and play, I come and play. But what are you playing? So every repost, every comment or share contributes to the emotional climate of our planet, And who is in that planet? You and I, our children. And so let us ask ourselves, are we spreading anxiety or awareness? Are you spreading anxiety or awareness? Say in the chat, what are you spreading? Say hashtag spreading awareness or hashtag spreading anxiety. And then we'll know. Are we seeking attention or building understanding? Are we contributing to the noise or amplifying the need for justice, peace, and prosperity? What are we doing? And so one global movement says global change begins when global citizens choose to be kind, even online. You choose to be kind because when you're kind at home in your community, that is what you're going to portray online. But it starts with you. Are you kind to yourself? Because when you post things that are going to show bad things in the world, that shows your inner self. And so let us try to change that dynamic. We must cultivate digital empathy, the courage to see beyond pixels, to see beyond those hand clapping, to see beyond that big thumbs up, all of those things, and remember the human being behind the screen. Now, look at what we are doing here. This is exactly what it is. It's a typical example. You're behind the screen in Canada, you're behind the screen in India, and I'm behind the screen in the United States. But when we implement that digital citizenship that comes with ethical values and standards, and then we begin to see the humanity, the goodness in others, and we begin to contribute in others in ways that we never ever imagined. And therefore, as we live here today, ladies and gentlemen, let's remember that our digital footprints are moral statements. Our digital footprints are our moral statements to the world, and you can never take that back. It is right there. And make sure you read it, you proofread it, and you think about it. What are the words that I use that are going to uplift these children? Let's move from reaction to reflection, from anxiety to advocacy, from scrolling to serving, because the world does not need more followers. It needs more ethical leaders with global hearts that speak into the world. And if every voice is his, if every voice in this room, this is our room, every voice in this room today, every child, every woman, every young person online decided today at this moment to use their voice for good, that they really decide from the bottom of their hearts to use their voices for good, then we will no longer just be using social media. We will be using it to heal the world. Let us heal the world. While healing the world, we are also healing ourselves. And so, in the age of algorithms, let humanity be our hashtags. Hashtag humanity a million times. Why don't we just put hashtag humanity right on here, all of us, and see how viral it's going to go? That is what we need. And therefore, my friends, as we stand at the intersection of digital voices and global choices, one global movement invites you to take a bold step, a step from noise to purpose, from scrolling to serving, from anxiety to advocacy. The world does not need more content, it needs more conscience. It needs more conscience, not more content. We can't keep repeating things. We have to keep reminding ourselves. That's why here we keep talking about the same thing, but in different ways, so that people can then fit in what will really resonate with them. We keep talking about the same thing, you know? That is what we need. We need that, from anxiety to advocacy. That's what we need. The world does not need any more of that. It does not need more followers. It needs more ethical leaders. That's what we need. And it does not need another viral trend. All right? Not more celebrities. It needs a viral transformation. Can you guys hashtag humanity? That is so important there. So today, we call upon you, everyone, every child, every woman, every young person, every heart listening, to rise and declare. Let us all declare, I will use my voice for good. I will turn my access into advocacy. And I will let my influence serve humanity. Thank you guys so much for really listening to me. I got so passionate about these things, and I thank God that I have my beautiful sisters here, that when they start speaking, I just get so frozen, because I don't want any noise, because I want to hear everything that they have to say. And I'm
You're
really
well said, my sister. Well said.
thank you.
Thanks.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I have to talk about that. You know how they say when you were growing up and when you got baptized or christened, whatever you call it in different cultures, your parents give you certain names, and those names resonate.
Yeah.
It follows the name follows you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yes.
So it's the
Yes.
same like social media. Sometimes people name themselves it could be sexual, it could be anything. And that's what, as you said, Sister Yvonne, it gravitates, because men out there or other women or people, they want to see what that black beauty or whatever it is they call themselves is all about. And so they flood your page because they want to see more. But when you give not yourself, but you create a name for yourself, it's a brand. So
Yes.
for me, I went before, even on passive, I started vision, value, and victory.
There you go.
Triple V. Because I didn't come on social media for me to look at myself. I didn't come on social media for me to boast or anything. I came to social media to prove a message, to send a message, and for us to get some light shared.
There you
If
go.
you go to another thing we have to do is to support each other's page, YouTube, wherever we are, right? See what the other person is promoting. All my social media, like YouTube page, is all about humanity. There's
Yes.
always that hashtag humanity.
Yes.
Every video of mine is regarding humanity, and including when we had O-Connect, I deleted all of that because we were asked to take it off, right? But
Yes.
the ones that are remaining are true, because that's me. I'm here to serve. I'm a servant on the field, on the battlefield. We are.
Yeah.
That's our purpose in life. So that's what we should do. And I would encourage the young people out there, when you're creating a name on social media, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is, don't follow other people with the names that they put. Sometimes it can be devilish, sometimes it can be things that just attract a certain gender or whatever. Create a brand for yourself, a brand that will resonate with your mind. So
Yes.
when you look at that brand, you'll be able to adjust the videos according to that brand. And that's what we are to do as
Yes.
Yeah.
servants.
And
I
Yes.
just
thank you
wanted to
so
say
much.
that.
And
Thank you. That is so beautiful.
that's true, sister. And let me tell you something that is very impactful, because the same with me on LinkedIn. Everybody's always really praising what I post, because I'm always trying to keep the high ground. That's what they call it. When I post something, they're on it like flies, because people glad to see good stuff. They want to grab it. They think, they don't want to think that everything is going to down. They love something good to follow and to
Yep.
comment on.
Yep.
I
Yep.
believe that truly. And so I watch you, and yes, it's true. All your things are very uplifting, very good.
And that
But
is very good.
but the danger with young people is that they don't understand that whatever they put out there, it's forever.
Yeah,
You understand? They're damaging themselves, because looking for employment, people go to these social media sites,
I was about to
and
say
you
that.
cannot be hired because of what they find. It's
Yes,
not a
it's
joke.
true.
Yep.
It
You
is true.
understand?
I
So
really so like what you talk about naming. Naming in my culture is
it's
very
very
important.
important.
Yes.
Yes.
Name you, you start acting up like that person. Like my name, Mundih. It
Yeah.
has meaning. And
Yes.
naming in my culture is very important. There's a naming ceremony. They don't want you to just give some kind of name to a child. And some
No.
people still do. And the children start acting up just like that.
Exactly.
And so naming is very important. What are you naming your child? Somebody
Yes.
says a kill sticker, kill that. Those are what bad names. I've seen. I said, what kind
Yes,
of a name?
yes,
Is that your name or it's just a
yes,
joke?
yes.
You know? Or they say white taker or something or something. So I'm like, what? But now I see it a lot. But we need to know what we name our children. Very
We do.
important. You
We
know,
do.
my grandfather, my little brother, tall and huge. I come from a very tall, huge, elegant family. You know, I'm the short one. Me and my dad are the short one. You know, all my brothers, if you see my son, you've seen my son.
Yeah, I
Tall,
see you. I seen Al.
commanders. And I'm the older one. And they're my little brothers, but they always looking at me like this. I'm like, he said, they make a mockery. They said, this fella, they said, oh, I think our mom did not feed you enough beans to build your bones to really have to strong. You know, I get mad. I say, hey, I'm your big sister. Don't do the something like that, you know. But that's the way naming is very important.
Very important
And
what you
when
call
we
it.
name it with laughter, like we're doing here, we talk with laughter. Nothing is written in stones. You can change it because we have been given second chances all the time. And please, I would really like everybody here to hashtag humanity here. Very important. If we can hashtag humanity every day when we come here, because that's what we are all about. Like you said, we are servants because we all are called to be servants.
Yes.
Everyone, the
Yes.
Creator called all of us to be servants, and it doesn't take any form of education or certification to become a servant. Because, like Martin Luther King Jr. said, everybody can serve. Everyone can serve, regardless of who you are. And so this is so beautiful. So hashtag humanity. If you guys can put it there, that would be great. And thank you guys so much for being here today. I better hurry. The sun is shining a little bit. Let me see what I can do before the freezing comes again. All right. And so, hey, Tepas, how are you? Thank you so much for being here today. We highly appreciate you. And thank you, sir, Giri Malapala. We appreciate you for supporting us here today. Thank you to our managing director. Yes, John, keep rehearsing. And we thank God that you are doing that. That is something to occupy ourselves with. We need to look for things to do. We can't just wait because an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So thank you so much, John. And we can't wait to watch you. And I know that you're a very good actor. If my son can recognize you, that means you're a good actor. Say, I know him. He's an actor. Okay. And our beautiful sister is here. Sister Sharon, thank you so much. And thank God for recovering mercies as you keep recovering. And we appreciate you. And thank you, my two beautiful
Yes.
sisters on the screen. You guys don't know what you're doing to me. I highly appreciate you guys. And this is our Facebook page. Please go and like and follow and encourage others to do the same. You can even just bring your family with your children together if they have an account, and if they are of age to do that, they can also like and follow. Then you're also helping one global movement in that aspect. So thank you. And we have our StreamYard here. If you like to use StreamYard, you can subscribe. Then they're going to help send $10 to One Global Movement to help support our cause here. Thank you for putting those there. We have Sir Kishna. Mark Wenner, how are you? Thank you so much for being with us here today. If you are new, do well to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out. And let us share these here, please. We don't just keep this to ourselves. This is education we all must share so that other people can also benefit. No child gets left behind. It depends on you and I to share these things to the world. And we have Sir Roazehab. Thank you so much for your support and your love for children. We have Rajan Korongat. If you're new here, you're welcome into this family. We highly appreciate you for being here with us. Thank you. And let's go down here. And we have Joy Dap. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. We highly appreciate you guys. And hashtag humanity. I really like to see a lot of hashtag humanities on here. That would be a beautiful thing to do. If we can hashtag that, hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag defeat hunger, hashtag defeat illiteracy, hashtag defeat poverty, hashtag humanity. That is hashtag sowing seeds of prosperity. All of those things is what is going to hit all those algorithms and really get to help our children more. So thank you. And we have Sir Gutam. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for being with us here today. We highly appreciate you. And let's go down here. We have Sir Abdul Sattar. Thank you so much, sir, for your love and support for our children worldwide. And then we have Dr. Derek, Deep Dive, Globally Changing Lives. Is it Dr. Derek or no? Deep Dive? Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Derek, for supporting us here. We appreciate your love and your support for children and young people worldwide. Thank you for being here today. And oh yeah, your greetings, Deep Dive. Thank you so much. Thank you for confirming that. We have Queen Nancy here. Thank you so much, Nancy, for your love and your support. And what you're doing online is really tremendous, making sure that people know what we're doing here in One Global Movement. Thank you. And our Dr. Derek, our brother, says that's why we all need to attend Deep Dive Globally, Changing Lives with Cybersecurity with Dr. Benny. Thank you so much for letting us know. We appreciate you for that. And let's go here. We have Victory with Ash, musical, jogebox, and dancing. Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us. We appreciate you for supporting children. If you're new here, do well to subscribe and let us spread the message and the gospel of One Global Movement to the rest of the world. It is about children and women. We appreciate you. And let me see here. Am I missing anybody? Okay, let me keep going down here. Let me know if I'm missing anything. We have our beautiful sister here.
Yeah, you're right on target. Yes, yes.
Rachel, violets, the lilies and the violets of the valley. Thank you so much, Rachel, for being here with us. We appreciate you. I love your name a lot. I have a stepsister whose name is Violet. Thank you so much for being with us here today. We appreciate you. And we have Sir Noku Sala. How are you? Thank you for being with us here today. We appreciate you so much. And we have Saga. Sir, how are you? Thank you for being with us here today. We appreciate you so much. And
keep going there. You called everybody else there already.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we have Suresh Shea.
Yeah.
How are you? Thank you so much for being here with us here today to support children. We are here helping children, young people, and women with a focus on young women defeat hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, plant seeds of prosperity, live a life of leadership and purpose. So thank you so much for being with us here today. We appreciate you. And we have, wow, Sir Damandra, how are you? We miss you, but you're here today. Thank you so much. And say hello to the family, and we appreciate you for being here with us today. And did I let the guy, right? Let the guy, how are you? Thank you so much for being with us here today. We appreciate you and your support for our children and young people. And Sister Shannon, if you get into an accident, the lawyers will check your social media. Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's true. If you are if you are looking for a job, the company you are applying for will check your social media. Even looking for a new apartment,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do nowadays. There will, even the medical profession places are asking you, do you have a social media? I don't know. They just want, because sometimes if you're claiming something else and you take pictures of, they want to know if you're online.
Yes.
And that's why some people refuse to have anything to do with it. But that doesn't make any sense either.
No, if you know you're doing something good,
if you have nothing to hide, exactly.
They'll be looking for that, you know?
Yeah.
And so Rachel says, yes, I miss humanity so much. I want to work with global people. Thank you, Rachel. Hashtag it here. Hashtag humanity. Thank you so much. And Yes, Dr. Derek said, yes, this is Derek. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Dr. Derek.
that's good.
And we have uh, Dilip Kumar, sir. Thank you so much for being here with us today and supporting children and young people worldwide. We appreciate you and thank you so much. And I think that is it, isn't it? Did I miss any name?
No, you've come to the end of the
Okay. Thank you
name.
so much. Thank you guys so much for being here today, sister. And I will open the floor, Sister Yvonne, for you to do.
Well, it's going to be a short closing. I just want to remind everybody that the same way how we had that acronym that says think before you speak, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it needed? Is it kind? It's the same thing on social media. All it is just you're writing instead of speaking. It's the
Yes.
same thing. So
Yes.
don't use it to spread dissent and misery. We have enough of that in the world, the
Yep.
real world. So pollute. Don't pollute the virtual world, please. Let's keep it for what it's meant to do. A
Thank you.
tool to better humanity.
Yep. A tool to better humanity. We've come to the end of our show today. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, my beautiful ladies from Canada. I appreciate what you're doing here for One Global Movement. Let's keep doing it together. Together, we will transform the world when it concerns women, children, and young people. We appreciate you all. Until Friday, we love you all. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone. Have a
Love you
good rest of
guys.
your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye.
Bye.